The Dance of the Dragons just became a nightmare. After nearly 2 years of waiting, House of the Dragon is finally back, and episode 1 didn't waste a single second. Instead of slowly rebuilding the story, the season opened with one of the most devastating battles in Westerosi history, the Battle of the Gullet. And by the end of the episode, several major characters were dead, dragons had fallen from the sky, and the future of the war looked darker than ever. Let's start with the biggest moment of the episode. Jacaerys Velaryon is dead. For a long time, Jace represented the future of Rhaenyra's cause. He was her heir, her most trusted son, and one of the few characters capable of bringing stability to Team Black. But during the Battle of the Gullet, everything went wrong. As dragons entered the fight and chaos spread across the sea, Jace and Vermax found themselves trapped in a disaster that nobody could control. By the end of the battle, both Jace and his dragon were gone. And honestly, I think that's what makes this episode so important. This wasn't just another death. This was the moment House of the Dragon reminded everyone that nobody is safe. But Jace wasn't the only victim. The Battle of the Gullet left destruction everywhere. Ships burned across the water, dragons attacked from above, and multiple key players disappeared into the chaos. Corlys Velaryon's fate remains uncertain after the battle, while Tywin Lannister also vanished during the carnage. Even though some of these characters may survive, the war has clearly entered a new phase. One of the most surprising parts of the episode involved Rhaena. After spending so much time searching for Sheepstealer, she finally bonded with the wild dragon. At first, this seemed like a huge victory for Team Black, but during the battle, Sheepstealer proved exactly why wild dragons are so dangerous. Instead of following a predictable path, the dragon created even more chaos, contributing to the disaster unfolding around everyone. Meanwhile, back in King's Landing, things aren't exactly stable either. Aemond is becoming more dangerous by the episode. With Aegon missing and tensions rising across the realm, he appears increasingly isolated and unpredictable. The further this war goes, the more it feels like Aemond is becoming consumed by power, and that could be just as dangerous as any dragon. But the most fascinating part of episode 1 might actually be what happened beneath the surface. The premiere introduced new mysteries, including references to the Isle of Faces and the appearance of the mysterious antlered man. Fans of the books immediately recognized how important these elements could become. House of the Dragon has mostly focused on politics and war so far, but now it feels like the series may be moving closer to the deeper mysteries of Westeros. And then there's Daeron. For years, fans have been waiting for his arrival, and episode 1 gave us another important hint through the appearance of the blue dragon Tessarion. Even though Daeron himself remains largely absent, everything points toward him becoming a major factor in the war very soon. So what does the ending actually mean? For me, the answer is simple. The old version of this war is over. Up until now, both sides were still trying to gain advantages, build alliances, and position themselves for victory. After the Battle of the Gullet, that phase is finished. The losses are too significant. The hatred is too deep. And with Jace gone, Rhaenyra has lost far more than a military asset. She has lost part of her future. My biggest prediction is that episode 2 will show a much darker Rhaenyra. We have already seen what grief and loss can do to the Targaryens, and Jace's death may push her toward decisions she never would have considered before. At the same time, Aemond's growing power, Daeron's eventual arrival, and the mysteries surrounding the Isle of Faces suggest that the war is only getting started. And if episode 1 proved anything, it's that House of the Dragon is no longer interested in protecting its heroes. The real question is, who survives long enough to sit on the Iron Throne? What do you think? Was Jace's death the biggest turning point of the war? And how do you think Rhaenyra will respond in episode 2? Let me know your theories in the comments. See you in the next video.